With talk of a new Beatles anthology project, let's test your knowledge of the original anthology releases. From rare tracks to forgotten footage, here are 12 multiple-choice questions to see how much of a true Beatles anthology expert you are. Questions 1. What year was the Beatles anthology documentary first broadcast on television? A. 1989, B. 1993, C. 1995, D. 1999. Answer: C. 1995. Fun fact: the documentary aired over 3 nights in November 1995, coinciding with the release of Anthology 1. 2. Which song was released as the Beatles' first new single in 25 years to promote Anthology 1? A. Real Love, B. Free as a Bird, C. Now and Then, D. Grow Old With Me. Answer: B. Free as a Bird. Fun fact: built around a John Lennon demo, it was completed by Paul, George, and Ringo with Jeff Lynne producing. 3. Who directed the Beatles anthology documentary series? A. Michael Lindsay Hogg, B. Jeff 1/4, C. Richard Lester, D. Peter Jackson. Answer: B. Jeff 1/4. Fun fact: 1/4, a British TV director, worked closely with Neil Aspinall and Apple Corps to craft the 8-part series. 4. How many volumes of the anthology albums were released between 1995 and 1996? A. 2, B. 3, C. 4, D. 5. Answer: B. 3. Fun fact: Anthology 1, 1995, Anthology 2, 1996, and Anthology 3, 1996 compiled rare takes, demos, and outtakes. 5. What rare Quarrymen recording appears on Anthology 1? A. That'll Be the Day, In Spite of All the Danger, B. Cry for a Shadow, C. Ain't She Sweet, D. Hallelujah, I Love Her. So, answer A. That'll Be the Day, In Spite of All the Danger. Fun fact: this 1958 acetate features the only known original song recorded by the Quarrymen with Paul and George. 6. Which Beatles song featured an unreleased early take with harmonica on Anthology 1? A. Love Me Do, B. Please Please Me, C. From Me to You, D. Thank You Girl. Answer: A. Love Me Do. Fun fact: the raw harmonica-led version was recorded with Ringo on drums before George Martin swapped in Andy White for the official single. 7. What was the second new Beatles single released during the Anthology project? A. Now and Then, B. Real Love, C. Grow Old With Me, D. Woman. Answer: B. Real Love. Based on Lennon's late 70s demo, the track was finished by the remaining Beatles and released with Anthology 2. 8. Which Beatles member was most reluctant about finishing John's demos for the Anthology project? A. Paul McCartney, B. George Harrison, C. Ringo Starr, D. Yoko Ono. Answer: B. George Harrison. Fun fact: George was supportive but felt the quality of Lennon's demos limited what they could achieve. He refused to work on Now and Then. 9. Which song closes Anthology 3? A. Golden Slumbers, B. The End, C. Come Together, demo, D. Because a cappella. Answer: D. Because a cappella. Fun fact: this haunting vocal-only mix showcases the Beatles' harmonies without instruments, taken from the Abbey Road sessions. 10. What was the highest Billboard chart position reached by Free as a Bird in the US? A. 1, B. 3, C. 6, D. 11. Answer: C. 6. Fact: though not a massive chart topper, it won the 1997 Grammy Award for Best Pop Performance by a Duo or Group. 11. Which Beatle is shown walking into strawberry fields in the Anthology documentary's opening sequence? A. Paul, B. George, C. Ringo, D. John. Archival footage. Answer: A. Paul. Fun fact: Paul walks through the strawberry field gates in Liverpool, a symbolic image connecting past and present. 12. In Anthology, which Beatles song is paired with the closing credits of the series? A, the end. B, free as a bird. C, in my life. D, hey Jude. Answer C, in my life. Fun fact, the reflective Lennon ballad was used as a fitting epilogue for the Beatles story. So how did you do? If you scored 10 or more, you're an Anthology master. With the buzz about Anthology 4, there's never been a better time to revisit the Beatles' story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow Beatles fans.